All right, what is up, friends? I am back for another summer photo shoot season 2026, and this is episode 1, Sunday, June 7th right now. It's about 2 in the afternoon, and yeah, I actually have not, this is my first time out on a photo shoot since the March snowstorm back in March of this year. So yeah, it's been a few months since I've actually been out for a photo shoot. So I wanted to kind of just have a little chill hike. I'm out at the Cooley State Experimental Forest. It's just like a huge DNR land plot. There's tons of trails running back here. This spot in particular is super overgrown. I did not expect it to be this overgrown, but I'm layered up, so I'm sure there's gonna be like tons of ticks and stuff back there, but I just kind of wanted to get out on a hike today. I actually haven't gone hiking for a long time. All of our winter photo shoots over the winter, it was just all in town, so tons of street photography and whatnot. But it's been a minute since I've actually hit a hike, so we're gonna get going here. 2 o'clock right now. They are saying that we're supposed to get some rain around like this evening, 6 o'clock-ish, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, we'll check out this trail, look for just some kind of forested landscape shots throughout here, see what we can grab for the first photo shoot of summer. And I think, yeah, kind of main idea here is kind of just to get warmed up again, get the photos going in the summer season, and yeah, kind of get the eye back. So we'll see how this goes. You guys can see just how thick this is, this trail. If it gets too crazy where I'm like having to hack through stuff, we'll probably call it and go to a different spot, but for now this isn't terrible. Tons of butterflies out here. Looks like there might be a creek. Oh no, wait. Is this a creek? Damn, yeah, it's like a creek bed. This looks pretty crazy down here. Haven't seen too many shots so far, guys, but saw a couple back there. I might get back to it on the trek back, but we are certainly in deep in these woods. I'm gonna get up here and see if there might be a shot looking down this little hill. Look at that thing. Those don't feel good walking through. Let's see what we got up here. Looks like they're doing a cut. I don't really see much up this trail. This little creek bed. Just took a couple shots here, guys, of this opening in the wood line here, tree line. Just thought it looked kind of cool with that light and then the shadows in the foreground. I just wanted to get a couple shots off. Well, guys, we are back again to layering up to avoid all the mosquitoes and bugs, ticks, whatnot. I'm sweating my butt off now. It is, yeah, it's super humid back here. Been getting on and off rain lately, and yeah. Luckily, the bugs aren't too bad yet. It's still early June. They don't seem to be too terrible right now. But yeah, definitely back to in the mode of just sweating, getting hot, kind of uncomfortable. But one thing about these summer shoots, summer photo shoots, is these long summer days. So yeah, we can kind of, unlike winter, we can really extend the photo shoots pretty much as long as we want up until nighttime. Yeah, I mean, sunset right now is like 8:45 at night, so it's pretty late. But it's kind of cool. This little creek bed here, and then just this wall of green. It's pretty kind of cool looking. Well, the sun actually popped, guys. Looks totally different now. I've been at this same spot for quite some time. I'm going to show you guys the shots I've been taking here. Looks really pretty. So, posted up right here, and I got a vertical shot. Kind of looking right down this creek bed. And I went super wide so you can actually see like the whole trunk of this tree down here. It's pretty cool. And then I went down here into the creek bed. A really pretty scene here. Okay, friends, I was sitting there for, yeah, quite a while getting those shots. But those were some of the first good ones we got here. Man, this place looks totally different with the sun. It's really pretty. But it is about 3:40, so it's been a couple hours here. I think I'm gonna keep going up this trail behind me. Keep checking it out. But yeah, those photos down there, right in that creek bed, were pretty cool. Those turned out really nice. Check this out though. Vertical shot here, guys, just looking down the trail. We had a little bit more sunlight just a second ago, kind of lighting up the foreground and the trail itself, but it's still nice light right now. I kind of got under these branches a little bit. Yeah, I came down the trail a little bit just to check this out while we had the sun. Okay guys, I am scaling this bluff right now. This whole area just got logged. Just talked to a guy on the trail here, and yeah, they just cut down like all this recently. But oh, look at this behind me here. Check that out. So yes, gonna scale this bluff, see what's up here, and then probably turn back around. So, but as I'm getting more into the flow again, back into the photo shoot flow out here, one thing I will mention, since this is like a woodland photo shoot, so one thing that I think is probably the most important, or one of the most important things, and also that I've been trying to look for and improve on in, hope that's straight, in these forested photo shoots, is picking out like a subject to focus on, whether that be a tree, you know, a rock, whatever, the trail itself, you know, whatever it may be, just picking out something to focus the camera on and create a scene around is like the most important, because when you're out here in the woods, you know, out here in the forest, there's so much clutter, so much just stuff, you know, that if you're not really intentionally focusing on something, or you don't have like, yeah, just like a focus point, a centerpiece, you know, within the photo, I find that the photos that don't have that just aren't that appealing, especially with woodland and forested shots. Like, just even in here, I mean, like with what I've been trying to do with this photo shoot, you know, trying to focus on either like a tree, you know, the creek bed with some of those better scenes that we were looking at before, just something like that. Just picking out like a subject to focus on, I find is really going to help with these types of photo shoots specifically, where there's just, you know, tons of stuff, you know. If I were to just point my camera into that, you know, it's not gonna look that good. Whereas, you know, if I'm focusing on the trail here behind me, like this, you know, focus on the trail, make the trail the centerpiece or the subject matter, you know, and then create the scene around that subject. So just something I was thinking of while I'm out here. So probably one of the more important or bigger tips with this type of photo shoot specifically. Made it at the top of the bluff here, guys. And we've got looks like a pine stand. Pine plot here. It's kind of cool looking. We'll see what's back here. I'm getting tired. About 4 o'clock, just after 4. We'll see what's up here and then I call it a wrap. There's a gate up here. Oh shit. The road's right here. The hell? Okay. I guess. Huh. Well, I guess we made it out of the forest, guys. I think there's gonna be a shot in here, honestly. This is kind of cool. Shot of this gate. Backed up, maybe. We'll look at that a little bit more. Where the hell am I? Oh, that says all it's private property. I'm gonna look at the map quick. I don't know where I am. All right, friends. I figured out where I am. I'm just, yeah, this road doesn't really go anywhere, so pretty much just at the top of the bluff up here. So I'm gonna take a look at this this gate right here, see if there's any shots, and then we'll just work our way back down. I think we've pretty much hiked at least this section of the trails out here. Pretty much did it all, except for maybe a couple spots. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a look at this, see if I can't do anything with it, and then yeah, we'll just start heading back down the truck. So this is pretty crazy, guys. Just as I was about to head back down the trail, I walked just a little bit further, and what do you know, there's a couple of vintage cars just sitting back here. Yeah, this is crazy. It looks like there's one wreck. This is the best looking wreck. There's another one right there. And then there's some other parts just sitting right here. It's like a tail light. But dude, this is just crazy. Looking at this one, I think this could be a good photo opportunity right here. Kind of go wide angle. Obviously, it's completely in shadow. There's no sunlight coming through on this, but dude, this is just crazy. The stuff you find in just the Wisconsin woods. Look at that. Looks like this is, I don't even know, almost looks like a bug, the way it's shaped. Pretty crazy, man. And of course you gotta ask yourself, like, how did this get here? Like, why? It's just sitting out here. I've come across a couple of these old wrecks like this, but yeah, this is kind of cool. So I'm gonna look through here for some photos. But yeah, there it is. Pretty dope. Just as I was about to turn the corner and start heading down. Okay, everybody. I just took a bunch of photos around the old car here. And yeah, I'll just walk you through it quick. So lots of good scenes that I caught throughout here. Even though there's not a lot of sunlight, or there's like no sunlight coming through on this. Even the soft light coming through the sky, or the leaves here, still made this scene pop on the camera. So I thought this shot was kind of cool, just for the framing with the old dash here of this second car. I'll get up close on this. You guys can see. It just looks really cool. I didn't get any up close shots, but I just think it's cool to look at this kind of stuff. But main focus was on really the front of this car here. So I posted up right in here. All these, I went pretty open on this, pretty wide angle to really capture the whole scene. But you can kind of see the frame here. There's a nice frame. And as I was kind of just saying, like, the soft light, especially when we're going really wide angle on these, the soft light coming through the trees still pops. So still looks pretty cool. But took a vertical shot right here of this, and some landscapes as well. I took both verticals and landscapes kind of all these. So I got that one. And then a couple others just right off the trail. Got right in here, kind of right in this brush. This was a nice vertical shot. Again, can kind of see that light coming through in the background there. Nice shot there. And then really nice landscape, just kind of right here, right where we initially just saw this. And again, super wide angle. But really cool landscape there. Just absolutely lush green. Yep. Definitely tell it's summertime. Those were the shots of this, guys. This was just a really nice kind of surprise here at the end. I did not expect this at all. And yeah, it's turned out really cool. All right, so yeah, guys, those car scenes, those were, that was a really nice little surprise there. I did not expect that at all. Right at the end, I was literally just about to turn around and head down the bluff. But I'm glad I just walked a little bit farther, because, man, I feel like that happens so often where, like, I'm just about to turn around and, you know, head back, and then something just pops up out of nowhere like that. It's just, I swear, I've had that happen, like, so much now. It's kind of weird, but I am pretty much done, guys. It is after 5 o'clock. We've been out here for over 3 hours now. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'm just taking a look at what's in this open space up here. Just kind of passed right down here. So just gonna take a look at this. But we're pretty much done with photos, guys. I got everything that I wanted and more. So really good day today, even though it's, you know, super overcast. A little quarry right here. Yeah, super overcast, cloudy, muggy, you know, looking like rain all day. But even just getting in the woods, able to get some nice shots. So, but close to turning around here. Okay, I am just about back at the truck here, guys, so I'm gonna wrap it up here for the field footage portion. Yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock, so we've been out here for a while now. But overall, man, I'd say it's a really good warm-up photo shoot for the season, for the summer season. It's kind of just what I was looking for. Really nice shots. I really love the scene down by that creek bed that we got. And the sun poked out there. As we were getting those, that was perfect. And yeah, just some nice kind of wooded scenes throughout there as well. But then of course the kind of old wrecked cars at the end there, that was a nice treat. That was a good little surprise. Love it when that happens. But yeah, man, really happy with this one. Yeah, I have not, like I kind of said, I have not been out for a hike, really like out here hike for a long time. I mean, we went through basically the entire winter without going on. I didn't do like any hikes out into the woods or anything. It was just all in town, as well as the fall. I mean, most of like fall season photo shoots, winter season photo shoots, a lot of that stuff I just like going in town. And well, lately I guess just been kind of doing more street photography. So this has been, yeah, first time in quite some time, quite a while, that I've been able to really get out here and put some hiking miles in. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Summer 2026 photo shoot, episode 1 in the books. I did not think I was gonna be out here this long. I was kind of planning on hitting up somewhere, one additional spot. I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I mean, it's like 6. I gotta start heading home. It's like 20 minutes to home. I gotta make some dinner. But I guess, yeah, if I do stop for whatever reason to take more, I probably won't, but if I do, I'll get some footage for you guys. But overall, man, really happy with this photo shoot. I appreciate you guys still sticking with me. I'm excited for this summer, dude. I got a lot of plans. I need to do a lot of brainstorming and kind of lock down what I want to do, but I do have some good ideas for this summer. Obviously, this is going to be the first summer season working with the Lumix and the wide angle there. So a little bit different, but yeah, I definitely want to capture kind of more of like the bluff landscapes around this area. Do more kind of land, like, I don't know. I just want to capture more of like, I don't even know, like these, just like the overall landscape out here and stuff like that. But I got to do some more brainstorming on that part. But wrap it up here, guys. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I do appreciate it. There'll be a lot more to come this summer. And yeah, as well as running videos, getting back into the swing of things. So, but I'll do it for this one, guys. Photo shoot episode 1, summer 2026. So it's a good one today. But I will see you guys back at the crib for the photo review. What is up, friends? We are back in the crib here again. It has been a while, but we are back for the photo review of summer 2026, episode number 1 here. And yeah, I got out June 7th on this day for this photo shoot. And yeah, man, it has been a while. I know we're kind of in the depths of we're getting into kind of the middle of summer here, but yeah, it's been a little bit of time here since a photo shoot episode. I had kind of the main reason for this photo shoot in its entirety was pretty much just to warm up again, get in the swing of things with going on photo shoots and whatnot, just because, yeah, the last one, I kind of talked about this in the beginning of the episode, but it's been basically a couple months, basically like 2 months since pretty much the middle of March since we ended winter. That was essentially the last time I had gotten out for photos. During the springtime, I had a running injury that I was kind of dealing with that you guys might have saw in the last video I put out. I just got like a calf strain, so I was dealing with pretty much kind of rehabbing that running injury. Didn't really get out for any photos during the springtime, but yeah, now that we're into summer, I'm feeling a lot better. Calf is doing good, and yeah, I've already got three photo shoot episodes in the bank, including this one. So you guys will see those kind of get put out here more. You guys will see more photo shoots kind of get put out on that channel here coming up. But wanted to get this one in the books here. Just a really nice kind of warm up photo shoot to, like I said, get back in the swing of things, because after you set the camera down for a couple months, I think you definitely need like just at least one kind of chill photo shoot like this one, kind of just hiking around in the woods, really chill. Nothing really too crazy happened in this episode here, guys, but it was really, really nice just to get back out there again and actually go on a actual kind of hike photo shoot. I kind of mentioned there, I had not really been out for a true like hike photo shoot in many, many months, probably honestly like close to half a year, since like the fall of last year, just because over the winter time we had done a ton of street photography in town. The winter time is really good for that, with like the blue hour and nighttime photography that you guys saw me take over the winter months. But yeah, it had been such a long time since I had actually gone out like into the woods, into the bluffs, and did some real hiking. So really felt good to get back out there again. Like I said, nothing too crazy happened in this one here, guys, except for kind of at the end there, a little surprise there with finding those kind of wrecked cars, those vintage cars out there in the woods. That was a really cool surprise, and ended up getting some pretty cool photos there at the end, so that kind of made it all worth it. But we got out June 7th on this photo shoot to the Cooley State Experimental Forest here, kind of close to town. It's about 20-30 minutes away from here, just deep in the bluffs, and it's just all woodland like you guys saw. So tons of these forested scenes. Not a whole lot of sunlight poking through on a lot of these. It was kind of overcast, like you guys will see in these photos, but nonetheless, we worked with what we had out there and came away with some decent shots overall for the first episode, kind of just getting warmed up again. So without further ado here, guys, let's just hop onto the screen and we can start the photo review. And nothing, like I was just saying, nothing too crazy throughout this photo shoot. It was just cool to get out there again and see some summer scenes. I did go through a couple of these and edited up a couple of them so far, but not the whole bunch. We don't have a whole lot to look through here, but a decent amount of just these really kind of wooded scenes. And again, this was pretty much the first time getting out into the woods in a very long time, so I kind of had fresh eyes on everything. Was essentially trying to get comfortable again, kind of using, and this was pretty much the first summer photo shoot with the new Lumix S5 IIX.
So also kind of getting accustomed to just some different settings out here in this wooded area with the Lumix. I was also taking some videos that you guys might have seen there in the field footage with the Lumix as well. So that was pretty cool. But starting out here, guys, just a simple scene, kind of looking out into this grove, this kind of open patch of trees. I was just basically in these first couple photos, I was essentially looking at these shadows and these highlights coming through. Kind of in this this kind of open patch. This was getting logged, so it's kind of a new, little bit of a new setting, or not a new setting, but yeah, in this open kind of field of trees, this was all just getting logged. So all this stuff was getting cut down. So getting a little bit of highlights coming through on that open patch, and a lot of shadows kind of in the foreground in here. So I was just picking up on kind of those shadows, those darks and those lights. Not really that crazy of a scene, but got good focus, good sharpness on this as well. But overall, this is just kind of a shot of the trail, kind of going up into the woods there. This was down in this, I spent quite a bit of time down in this creek bed. This is a pretty cool area. You guys can see here, these shots were definitely kind of the highlight down here of this creek bed with the sunlight poking through. These are a little blurry. But yeah, I just noticed this really kind of cool looking tree trunk here. That was really kind of popping out to me. And let me see if I can, there we go. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. Yeah, got good sharpness on that, and I was trying to focus on kind of these rocks, kind of the creek bed over here. But I just thought it was kind of a interesting scene, and yeah, this creek was totally dry. We've been going through kind of the early part of June here. We had a little bit of a drought, so there was literally no water in any of these creek beds. I could just kind of walk down them. But yeah, kind of just the topography of this landscape here, I just thought was pretty interesting. Kind of just the hills of the creek bed. Yeah, vertical shot here. And I was really, the sunlight was kind of popping in and out here, as you guys will see. But yeah, just kind of moseyed along here. Got some shots with no sunlight poking through. And I was kind of using this tree branch here as kind of a leading line. It's not really popping into focus for me, but that was, this kind of fallen down tree. That's kind of a leading line there. And then, yeah, as you guys can see, the sunlight was poking through the canopy there a little bit. Hopefully this will pop into focus. Maybe not. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see kind of just this happen with the sunlight shifting there. So I actually edited up these two photos kind of together as a combo. We'll give it a second. And yep, it's not coming into focus. Lightroom, but yeah, you guys get the gist. I was hanging down here for probably like half hour to 45 minutes, just kind of waiting for the sun to kind of move through the canopy of leaves here and give me some different lighting. Same thing with this shot, kind of went back to this vertical shot here. You guys can see the difference between the two scenes. It just kind of looks completely different there with the sun poking through and everything. So just working with the differences in light in these two spots was pretty fun. It's cool to just see these scenes change in just 10 minutes time with the sun changing position and whatnot. So that was pretty awesome to see that. And then yeah, just some trail scenes here. You guys can see how overgrown the trail was. I was just basically trucking through this brush. Yeah, totally overgrown. This is pretty much how it all looks throughout this experimental forest here. This one came into focus, so you guys can see some sharpness on the image. Really clear, really crisp. Kind of got the focus pulled right in the foreground here on this brush that's getting lit up. But you guys can see kind of I was again trying to just capture that lighting coming through. We weren't getting a whole lot of sunlight in a lot of these images, so when the sun did pop, I wanted to try and make the most of it and just get some kind of contrast in there rather than just, when you've got a totally cloudy, overcast day. I do try and look for like any shadows, just any kind of lights and darks that can give me some different contrast to the image. Coming up, kind of the highlight of the whole photo shoot here, guys, was these, like I said, these really vintage cars up here. This was like way back in the forest, kind of literally at the end of the trails, pretty much. Honestly, it's kind of hard to get to these cars. So, really cool surprise here, though. Did not expect to see this car at all, but. Again, the sun was kind of poking through the canopy here in the background a bit, so I wanted to kind of get that in the shot here in the background, but you guys can see just the sharpness and the clarity on this rusted out car here. I don't even know what type of car this is, but pretty cool shot, getting all the brush kind of in the foreground here, creating like a frame. I went pretty wide on these shots here. This is pretty wide angle, like 17 mil, 18 millimeter on my lens, so I'm pretty opened up. But again, nice sharpness on that car. You guys can see the depth of the image, a little bit of off focus in the foreground, creating depth. And again, I really like the sunlight coming through in the background of the canopy, shining through there, popping those highlights. I think that looks nice. So, really cool. It was just, when I rolled up on this scene, I was just like, wow, what luck. I was so close to turning around. I think I mentioned that in the field footage, like, I was basically ready to turn around at this point, and I just decided to go down the path a little bit farther, and I found this. So just goes to show to just keep pushing a little bit more, even when you want to turn around. You just never know what you're gonna find. But vertical shot here of the car again. I didn't like how this one turned out as much. I thought the landscape photos of this car were a lot better. I didn't see a whole lot of opportunity for portrait style shots of this, just with the setting around it. So I think these landscapes probably the best looking for this scene here. This landscape here was just a little bit more elevated, a little bit more backed up than the previous ones here. But same idea, essentially. Just kind of trying to get the whole forested scene kind of in the picture and really kind of just capture everything around the vehicle. Make it look like it's kind of just submerged in the forest. But good sharpness on this as well. Good focus. And then, yes, those other vertical angles. Kind of the same as these ones. Just this one was a little bit brighter on that scene there. But those are all the photos, guys, from this photo shoot. Not a whole lot, just a handful of edit selects. Obviously, these kind of cars, these shots of the cars or the car was kind of the highlight there. But I think these shots of the creek bed as well were pretty dang cool, just with the sun moving in and out of the canopy of trees. And I'll show you guys real quick the final edits of these photos. These landscaped ones, I got these edited, and these will be in focus. We won't have to, wait on Lightroom to load them. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. So there was the sunlit. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. There was the sunlit version of that shot. So let me zoom in. Good focus. Again, kind of just using that branch as like a leading line down the creek bed. Sun just kind of hitting the side of the brush there. Pretty cool. And then, yeah, I got one just of the without the sun. So it's kind of just giving, showing that difference between just, 10 minutes with that sun moving through the canopy. And I thought that was kind of a cool combo photo, kind of a nice pairing of photos to go together. Just one with the shadows, no light, and then one kind of showing that sunlight poking through. Kind of just a cool contrast between those two. But those are the only two that I have edited up so far, guys. But yeah, you guys can. I know the Lightroom wasn't loading, but you guys can all see the good sharpness. Got everything in focus here on these photos. So, but yeah, just a handful of edit selects on this photo shoot. This first photo shoot of summer here, guys. I was sweating my butt off hiking through these woods. It was so humid, really, really humid. But the bugs weren't too bad. The bugs are pretty bad now that we're into July as it stands. But as I was doing this hike, the bugs weren't terrible. It was just super hot. So super hot and humid, as it always is in Wisconsin summer. But let me show you real quick some of the other ones that just didn't make the cut here. Let's see. There were a handful of other shots that were decent, but I just thought they weren't really interesting enough to, include them in like an edit. Let's see. Yeah, some other scenes from this kind of just trail shot here that just weren't kind of lit up enough. I like these ones that were kind of backed up, so you guys can kind of see it. I was zooming in on the trail a little bit more, but decided that these photos with kind of the light poking through the scene here, those looked a bit better. So, and then I did take some. Here it is. Yeah. I did take some shots of this, this was pretty much at the end of the trail. I found this little gate, but honestly, these didn't turn out at all. I didn't really expect them to. It was just kind of a simple trail scene. There wasn't really any sunlight poking through or anything. These shots just weren't really that interesting to me, so. And then, let's see, these ones, this actually could maybe be edit-worthy, just a vertical shot. Kind of in this same angle like this, but just vertical style. So that could be edit worthy there. Yeah, you guys pretty much saw all the rest of these though with the car. So I did take some like this. There was like this other wreck right here. So I was, taking some shots, seeing if that would look cool to include that, but it was just very busy with kind of looking through that brush there. So those are all the photos, guys. We can hop off the screen and wrap it up. I know that wasn't like I said, that wasn't crazy photo shoot. It was just pretty much a warm up, getting in the swing of things again for the summer season. But yeah, like I just mentioned, in a lot of these, like when I go on these wooded or like forest photo shoots out in the woods, a a lot of times, like the scenes I'm looking at can just appear to be like too busy with brush and just twigs, trees, whatnot. I think that's one of the main issues that I try and like frame out, or try and like be thoughtful of when I'm doing like woodland photo shoots, is just like the busyness of the scenes. Like I was kind of mentioning there with the car, in some, whether you're looking at like taking a vertical portrait style photo or a landscape, you could be wanting to take like a vertical style portrait style, but the scene is just like there's too much going on, too much brush, or like a branch, a tree branch that cuts through your photo in some awkward angle that doesn't look right, and you need to just find a different frame. Try doing landscape versus portrait style, or maybe the photo just wouldn't turn out. So that's one of the most kind of common things that I try and work around in a lot of these woodland photo shoots, is just trying to I guess minimize the clutter of the scene, right? Because when you're walking through the woods taking photos through in a wooded setting, there can be just a ton of clutter, especially in the summertime when you just have like just weeds, everything just growing everywhere. A lot like the photos sometimes can just turn out to be like too cluttered, too busy. So a lot of times I'll try and look for different angles, different perspectives. Try turning from landscape to vertical or vice versa, just to try and minimize that amount of clutter or just like messiness that you get with a lot of these kind of woodland scenes. So that's kind of what I was trying to do there. And then again, just work with the sunlight that I did have for those kind of creek bed scenes that was poking through. But overall, not a bad photo shoot at all. I definitely had fun out there. Kind of exploring the Cooley experimental forest. It's just like a protected. I think it's either protected county forest or state forest, but it's super huge. There's trails going everywhere throughout there. You could spend probably a full week just exploring all the trails out there. But it's mostly just woods. Like there's not really a whole lot out there. So coming up on like the car at the end was really, really nice, because a lot of times you're just walking through the woods and you don't really have like any subject matter to shoot. You're kind of just like taking photos of the landscape or trees or like a creek bed like I was. So coming up on that car was pretty nice, because it actually gave me like a subject matter to kind of focus on and work around. So that was a good way to end it. But yeah, that'll do it for this one, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Like I said, I do have episode 2 and episode 3 in the books. I just need to go through the photo review, and then I'll put those out for you guys. But yeah, we're kind of getting right into summer here. So yeah, definitely want to get those episodes out for you guys. And then, yeah, for future plans for this summer, definitely, like I said, I'm going to be trying to work in more video coming directly from the Lumix. So instead of just all like iPhone video, I do want to include more full frame HD, like 4K, if I can do 4K, and get that kind of included in these field footage episodes for you guys. Just so you guys can see like what the video looks like on that camera, and then also it'll provide some more cinematic looks to the episodes as well, which I think will be cool. I want to bust out the VX2000 camcorder this summer, get some retro style, vintage looking video for you guys on that. And then my main kind of thing or goal that I want to definitely focus on this summer is, again, working around the sunset hours and the golden hour of the day. So like the last hour of light we have in the day, sunset is usually around 8:30 to 9 o'clock as it stands right now. So really want to start to kind of focus on working in the last hour of sunlight, that golden hour, and then into the blue hour, getting sunset, blue hour. A lot of times in these summer photo shoots, I kind of jump the gun and I go out too early in the day. Like I'll go out kind of early afternoon, and then I'll usually stop around dinner time, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But I think I need to really focus on trying to push that off, go later in the day, and then I can get photos in the best, most optimal time of the day for the best lighting in that last hour and into golden hour, blue hour. So going to really try and focus on doing that throughout kind of this summer into the early months of fall, because that's one thing that I've noticed that I tend to do is just go out too early, and then I'm just too tired, too worn out to just stick it through until nighttime. And the other part of that is too, it's like in the summer, the sun sets so late. The sun is setting at like dang near 9 o'clock. So it's like you just kind of need to go out later to get the best timing for the photo shoot. So definitely going to try and focus on that this summer and working around those time frames, as well as just getting kind of I want to get more kind of shots around La Crosse, around the city, maybe the cityscape shots, kind of incorporate that as well, because in the summertime I love going out into kind of the farmlands, getting a lot of like agricultural scenes, farm scenes. You guys will see some of that coming up. But yeah, I want to work around the city as well and kind of just take some shots of like the bluffs out here, cityscapes and whatnot. So I think that would be pretty cool. But I'm going to quit rambling. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this first episode of summer 2026, and I hope you guys are enjoying your first month of summer. I know we're into July, but happy 4th of July to everyone out there. Hope you guys are enjoying the warm months, enjoying the sunny weather, and yeah, hope you guys are getting outside and just getting your vitamin D. Going on your runs if you're doing runs. Taking your photos if you're taking photos, and I know I'm going to be certainly doing a lot of that this season. So yeah, that'll do it for me guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.